Hello, I'm Semele Sherry of Triple Moon, and I'm standing on Ponter's Dyke in Avalon near Glastonbury, and it's here that I'm doing my, I think it's number 5 now, my Sacred Site transmission tomorrow on the new moon. That's Thursday the 30th of January 2014. If you've already registered to receive that energy, then thank you very much and welcome. And if you haven't, if you don't know about it, then do go to my website to find out more. There's a link below in the description of the video, or go to my website, which is www.triple-moon.com, and on the teaching menu there's a Sacred Sites transmissions page, and you can read more all about it. So here I am in the sacred Isle of Avalon, and it's really interesting. It was called the Isle of Avalon because it used to be surrounded by water. It's kind of floodplain area around here, and it used to be surrounded by water. And as we drove up here from Cornwall, we came rather accidentally through the Somerset levels, and it was completely flooded. It was completely surrounded by water. And I kind of jokingly told a friend who lives near here that it was almost as if the island is returning to the state it used to be in, and there was a kind of sense of that. And I know that's not good news for the people who live in those areas, but it did feel like a sacred thing, like it was a positive energy, as I believe everything that's happening is, no matter what we think on a human level. There's nothing to be feared, everything is unfolding perfectly. So here, this dike is a sort of enclosure. It's a bank enclosure. It's very mysterious. Nobody really knows what date it was or what its purpose was, but it's belief, and actually I feel this, I sense this quite strongly, it's belief that it was the entrance to the sacred Isle of Avalon. This was the way by which you were supposed to enter Avalon. And so that's an important part of it, but the reason I actually chose to do the transmission from here was because there's a wonderful landscape zodiac temple laid out in the landscape around Glastonbury, and here Ponter's Dyke lies in the zodiac sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn is incredibly important astrologically right now. At the moment, Pluto is in Capricorn, and that means transformation, complete wholesale death, renewal, transformation. You can't avoid it. And as it's in Capricorn, that means, which the world so needs right now, that means that transformation is on a practical society level. It's about finance, it's about money, how we spend it, how we earn it. It's about security, how we feel about ourselves. Now, the important thing about the part of the dike, this part of the dike and what it is in the landscape zodiac, is it's the horn, the single horn on the goat of Capricorn, and sometimes in the zodiac it's represented as a unicorn in this Glastonbury landscape temple. So for me, we're standing in the horn, which is based on the third eye, so it's about accessing that spiritual level and bringing it down. I almost see it that energy spiraling down the horn and entering everything that's ruled by the sign of Capricorn, and that's the practical stuff. So it's how we live our lives, it's how we present ourselves. It's alchemy in the highest level. It's spiritualizing matter. It's turning everything we do and everything in the world, the way we live our lives, how society is structured, into a sacred thing, into a spiritual thing. And I believe that's what this site and what this transmission can help us do by connecting into this energy. Just imagine that all those years ago, centuries ago, you were going to enter Avalon and you stood here to make that entrance. And thinking about what I've just said, it's almost as if here you laid aside your worldly identity, if you like, and you knew that when you entered through here and you went towards the sacred Isle of Avalon, everything becomes spiritual. You put aside your reputation, never mind how famous or rich you are in the world. You leave all that behind and you enter the spiritual sanctum. You become spirit, and that's what you're showing to the world when you enter Avalon. That's what becomes important. And I think that's what this site is about and what this transmission is about. I think that's all I want to say. So before George takes you for a wander, and hopefully you'll get a glimpse of the tour as we go round, I've chosen some lines from Rumi. I'm probably going to use Rumi a lot because he's just so wonderful, but I've chosen some lines from Rumi to sum up the energy of this site, and they're from his poem, The Alchemy of Love. And they go like this. You are the Master Alchemist. light the fire of love in earth and sky, in heart and soul of every being. Through your love, existence and non-existence merge. All opposites unite. All that is profane becomes sacred again.